Benvenuti a tutti! It is I, the one and only Italian jester VTuber Pulcinella, in my last week of streaming. Can you believe it? I mean, not really last week, because I'm probably gonna come back, let's be real, but I hope you're very excited. I'm going to talk about my Otakon experience, and I'm going to be playing some Celeste, because that's the perfect yappy game for me, so you know what I always say, let's just jump into some Celeste right now. So, here I am. Grandmaster lobby. Let's play epic gamer level. This is the only Grandmaster level that I can beat, so that's my flex. Anyway, the gimmick is you change the foreground to the background, but first of all, let's talk about Otakon. So, as I have told you guys, I'm a resident of the DC metropolitan area. Well, DC, Maryland, Virginia, DMV, for those not aware. And I went to Otakon, which is a convention in DC, which I guess you should probably know. And that's why I've been gone for 3 days. But let me tell you my experience with Otakon. It was great. So it's a 3-day event because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I go every year. First time was 2023. I dressed up as Benny from Chainsaw Man. Last year I dressed up as Quan Chi from Chainsaw Man, because I'm very unoriginal. And this year I was Northern Lion. So I had my Northern Lion cosplay. I got this really bad bald cap on Amazon that didn't actually cover the full way, and like the back, my hair was like hanging out. Looked really goofy. I also looked like a deranged person. I don't know. Someone posted a thing of me uncensored on Twitter. So, whoa, if you can find it, then congrats, I guess. But I feel like, I don't know, I don't really care if people see my face, as long as it's a picture where I don't look stupid. So, I think I'll do the face reveal. I'll release the real Northern Lion images, because it does look really goofy if I try to censor myself with the Pulcinella avatar. It looks kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. You know, what can you do? Anyway, so, day 1 of the con. Shout out to my friend / neighbor. Her mom drove me to the con. Thank you, because I don't want to find parking in downtown DC. So thank you for dropping us off. My friend, she was just as Ahsoka, but we were literally together for maybe 30 minutes, and then she left the con. So womp womp, I was alone, all by myself. And another one of my friends was going to go, but then the planet stuff came up and, fell apart. But womp womp. I was all by my lonesome self, and I was worried. But this con, actually, I feel like this year was my favorite of 3, because I got to meet so many people, and they would talk to me about Northern Lion, and I could, hit them with my, 3 jokes that I had lined up. I was originally going to carry around a Coke Zero around with the con with me, but I forgot the Coke Zero at home. I sent the videos of my cosplaying to Librarian of Lesser Know. I hope he approves. He hasn't responded, though. So sad. But Friday, pretty chill day. Well, that's the one I went to the most panels. I went to a panel about the Takarazuka review, and I also, end of the day, I saw Katsura Sunshine, who is a Rakugo performer. And if you don't know, Rakugo is like Japanese, I guess, stand-up comedy, kind of. It's like comedic storytelling where you sit on a pillow. So they got a table out so he could be elevated above us, and he had his pillow out, and he did a bunch of bits. I don't know if I really want to recite all the bits word for word, because that would be kind of lame. But, yeah. I had some pretty good ones. I laughed a lot. So Friday was pretty fun. They had this HoloLive imported merch section. And I guess it's both the tariffs and people graduating makes stuff so expensive. Like, it should not be $325 for a Man I Love Fauna hat. Like, hello? That's crazy. I don't know, I turn into like Bernie Sanders when I see HoloLive merch. You're telling me it costs $30 this country for a GG Marine standee? No. The price keeps going up astronomically high. The American people cannot afford such a thing. Or even seeing other imported stuff. Like, I saw a Chainsaw Man gacha machine. A gachapon. They were charging $15 for it. Can you believe it? 300 yen back in Japan. How disgusting. But I guess, you know, the importers, they need to make money somehow. And, like, I guess technically if you factor in having to travel to Japan, then that makes it more expensive. You know. But, I don't know. Holo Live, they were selling the, like, $200, like, tiny cards that were autographed by the members. So I just took pictures with them because I'm a fraud. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not buying this, but it's cool. I got to hold a thing drawn by Narissa Ravencroft. My Oshi. One of my 3 Oshis now. Because it's Narissa, Gigi Marine, and Takanashi Kiara. And speaking of Takanashi Kiara, Saturday I got to meet one of the most infamous, well, I don't know why I said infamous, a famous Takanashi Kiara cosplayer. She has literally collabed with the woman herself many a time. And I think again recently she did a thing with her. And she was talking about like, oh yeah, I met her today. So I can tell people that I can basically, and she had her Kiara cosplay and it was great. I can basically tell people that I met Takanashi Kiara. But then also, like, I don't know, do I want to get into this? She gave me a bunch of like free merch from her. Well, not really free, but like, and I was like, okay, but like, what am I gonna do with this sticker of naked Kiara? Like, where am I gonna put that? Like, so I don't really have needs for that. And she gave me like an OnlyFans business card, and I'm like, I appreciate your like Patrick Bateman dedication to the craft, but like, I don't know, I'm not really in the market for that. I guess it's okay if she is friends with Kiara, and Kiara's like, yeah, you can do it. I mean, I assume that's what's going on. But anyway, she was class act. So, and cosplay was like, I was like, oh my god, it's like I am meeting Takanashi Kiara IRL. Wouldn't that be crazy if I did that? So that's what I should tell people, that I met Kiara at Otakon. I jest. But yeah, I don't know. Otakon, it was right in the dealer's room next to the gamer subs table. I don't really know if I want to keep supporting their company after some of the people that they have employed under them are deranged. But their product helped me get through the con when I got tired. Except, I don't know. I had to go outside for the con, for food outside the con though, because con food was so expensive. I went to the Ben's Chili Bowl inside the con. They charged me $17 for half smoke. Like, I guess Ben's Chili Bowl is already like hella expensive normally, but like, I don't know. Come on, it's crazy. So I liked how I walked to the McDonald's near-ish the convention center, across from the National Museum of Women in the Arts, and it's kind of far away from the convention center, but there were so many people there. I think it's like, it's a function of distance and desire, is, you know, how you determine whether the con people will be there in cosplay. And I think people really just want McDonald's because it's cheap food, because a lot of the food options near the con are super bougie. Shout out to the Subway across the street from the con. There also is a Sbarro, but I respect myself, and that's why I'm not eating at Sbarro. But anyway, another thing that was happening in DC. There was the Idol concert, Idol Harmony, starring Pengi, Utana Pandora, Pia Pufo, I think was her name, Phoebe, and a person I've been a big fan of for a while now, the one and only Kekihime. So I was like, oh, I gotta do that. I gotta go there. I gotta be there. Also, Jean Wan, I don't know if that's her name. Jean Wan? Jean Wan. She was like, yeah, I'll be there. And a lot of the people I met that were in the like VTuber idol sphere were like, yes, I will be there no matter what. Including this very nice Kiara cosplayer I met that had a Northern Lion photo card, and that was really nice. I bought a Northern Lion photo card at the con and a Northern Lion sticker because I was on the last day and I was walking around the artist alley, and some guy recognized me as Northern Lion and was like, hey, this artist Emmy Sharks is selling Northern Lion stuff, so, you know. I bought the stuff, and then she took a picture of me that's on her Twitter, so, oh, that's me. That's where you go to find the uncensored Pulcinella Northern Lion. Whatever. Maybe I'll make a poll on Twitter of whether I should just do the face reveal already, but I don't know. If I do that, I need to have a face reveal of me looking normal, so people will see I'm just a normal girl. Normalish, as I said in my tweet that surprisingly got a lot of likes. If you're here, you might have seen that. And you'll know where my story is leading to. But I won't spoil it. Anyway, the second day, went to the con, took the metro. I love talking to people on the metro that are wearing cosplay. I don't know. The best part of this con was just talking with random people, or talking with people who like VTubers, and I could just like nerd out with them and not be seen as like, oh, it's weird. Like, I don't know. I posted on my Instagram where people who know me IRL know me, and like no one liked any of the stuff where I was doing like the hitting the Ruby-chan hai nani ga suki chokomin to yorimo anata, hitting that. Oh my god. But yeah, I went to line up at the club pretty early. Actually, I went to the Ben's Chili Bowl on U Street. Technically, it's moved across the street because it's doing renovations, but I got overcharged because it's Ben's Chili Bowl. Like, I don't know. But I went to the club, lined up. Random guy I knew from my orchestra was there. I carpooled with him from Pennsylvania. He's the guy who was making us play Captain Beefheart on the MP3. I don't know, but yeah. A lot of the people there were like crazy fans where they were like, oh yeah, I came here from like Alaska or whatever to go see Keikihime, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, I feel like the main demographic for VTuber concerts ends up being like a dude in like his mid-30s that's like is able to spend money on stuff, like, because they bought so much merch, and like it's crazy. Like I was not gonna buy the $45 pen light. Like, I don't know, it was so expensive. I'm just a casual fan. Well, actually no, I think you can be a big fan and not spend money. It's about the genuineness in your heart, not the size of it's about the size of your heart, not the size of your wallet. Those are some deep quotes from me, Anyway, so we line up, I go, and then next to me was this one person, and I feel bad because I saw a thing on Twitter from them, and they were talking about like, oh, everyone thinks I'm like a child when I'm just short and non-binary, and I was like, oh my god, I know who this person is, because they sat next to me at the concert, and I was like, who is this 14-year-old boy next to me? Where are his parents? And I was like, I guess the parent brought them to the VTuber concert, but also they were looking very like happy and like cheering and stuff. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that little kids liked VTubers. So I'm very sorry to you. I apologize. I don't know if I should tell them that, because that feels like it's being even more insulting. But hey, if you're watching the stream, short non-binary person with curly hair who sat in the right balcony during the Idol concert, you're great. So anyway, I go into the Idol concert. They have the merch line, which is like wrapping around the entire building. Like half of the building is being occupied by the merch line. We have the front row VIP people who came in early to see soundcheck and stuff. And Keikihime is apparently stalking us from the ceiling. But I walked onto the balcony, and then I thought I saw her like peeking out from behind the curtain, and then I made eye contact and gasped, and she like closed it. And I made a tweet about that, but then I was like, oh, what if it wasn't her? Then it's hella cringe and lame. So I deleted my tweet because I felt embarrassed. But anyway, the line was like super long. I recognized a bunch of people from the con that came there, like Jean Wang. I went to the balcony because it was not as packed. The guys in the front with the hoppies were like the real crazy fans that were like huge. I don't know, like huge fans. And then there was the one guy who like climbed on someone else's back so they could do piggyback and get the people's attention. I was just chilling in the balcony because it was like quieter there and not as packed, and I could actually sit down, thank god, because I was so tired because it went on a lot longer than I thought it was going to go. They did have a lot of people, and I only knew one of them, but everyone did a good job, swell job. But I'm going to talk about the ones who really stood out to me as being amazing, if that's all right. But everyone was good. Everyone had good moments. Anyway, so I was at the concert, and The MC is this British dude, and I like how everyone booed him when he said he was British. It made me feel so proud to be an American. Proud to be from DC, even though they did a like show of hands who's from DC, who's not from DC. It was like only like 20% of the audience were real DC people. So I don't know, that made me sad. It's okay, but I'll be the out-of-towner at New York. New York, I bet people are gonna be coming from all over. That's the other VTuber concert that I shall be attending. Mwahaha. I get to see Nurse Ravencroft and Takanashi Kiara live. Mwahaha. I don't know why I did that laugh. But anyway, first person that comes up, Pengy. I did not know who Pengy was. I am now like diehard Pengy fan. Oh my god, she was so good. Her facial expressions and movements were so expressive, and like it was so fun. And I don't know, kind of was like a theater kid energy, but like I don't know, she really knew how to work with the crowd. And her backup dancers with the like weird bobs, and they were like her aliens in suits. They were also slaying too. She was like bringing the house down. Also, it helped that I knew like most of the songs that she was doing. And when she started pulling out La La Gasolina was hype. But even her first song where she was doing Bing Bong, Bing Bong Bong, Bing Bong Bong, Bing Bong Bong Born. And she started out as a VTuber and then ran out as herself. And that was so hype, I have to say. It was so cool. And also she referenced, we got to see her at 2.0. So ha ha ha, I'm in the exclusive club. And she did the, her animation was similar to the driving in my car right after a beer. And it was really fun. Anyway, so she starts like slaying the house down. I was going crazy. Hit it with a Dame más gasolina. I did not expect that at an Idol concert, not going to lie. Did I really say not going to lie instead of not gonna lie? Oh my god. But anyway, she popped off. Then Utana Pandora came up. She was British. And I didn't know much of the songs that she did, but she seemed like a nice person. And that was cool. But oh yeah, also Pengy, she had her original song, and like it was actually kind of fire. I was like, damn. Then Phoebe showed up. I actually kind of interacted with Phoebe before the show because I was near where her Uber got out, and she was like waving to everyone in line and saying hi to us and stuff. Yeah, so that was nice. I was not aware of her before the concert either, but I heard about her whole situation with a company that shall not be named, and I felt bad for her. And she had her original song about the situation that was, and I don't know, hers was very sweet, very emotional. It was nice. Then the slime VTuber Pia Pufo showed up. She had a very nice, rich voice. It was fun. I need to stop glazing Pengy again, but I must say, she did the One Piece pirate rap, and that made my heart so full. I got to see the One Piece pirate rap live. And Pia Pufo, she did a Golden from K-pop Demon Hunters. She was like, guys, I don't know. She was like, I'm gonna do a song that's been stuck in my head for a while, a little bit now. And I was like, oh my god, K-pop Demon Hunters, K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know. I've been on the K-pop Demon Hunters kick for a little bit. A song that I just got really into is the Hana ni natte from the Apothecary Diaries opening. And you know, I'm thinking that my last stream on Thursday should be a karaoke. What do we think, chat? Or more likely, Clarissa. Because Clarissa, I know it's you. I know it's you. At least I think it's you. If it's not you, I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. But yeah, she did Golden. It was really fun. I really want to do a karaoke stream. I don't want to get sued, but I think it would be fun. So I dropped that. I dropped the face reveal, maybe. I don't know. I think I might just drop the face reveal tonight. I don't know. I'll put a Twitter poll about it. Clarissa, do you think I should do face reveal? Because I posted a lot of pictures of me at Otakon, but I censored them really badly with the Puccinella face, and it just looked stupid. And there already are people who took pictures with me that like posted me on Twitter, and I'm like, you know what? I might as well just take credit for this. Please tag me. Let me see. I want to see. Ooh. I should be a narcissist and ask the person who posted, because I know that Librarian of Let's Know follows her, so I really wanted to be like, so did Librarian like this post? I don't know, can you see who liked the post if it's other people's posts? I know on your post you can see who liked yours, so I got to freak out when I see, oh, Takanashi Kiara liked my post. That happens like when I post stuff. You don't have any opinions about a face reveal. Okay. I got to be like this. I know what oh my god, that's creepy. I know what your face looks like though. Oh my god, but you know where I live, and I don't know where you live. I know where you're gonna live. Okay. I can dox to the whole stream where you live, but I'm not gonna do it, because it's gonna be with me, and that would be weird. But yeah, I've been on that because the kick of the Apothecary Diaries song, because they played anime openings that slap on Saturday. It's where they just play a bunch of anime openings in a theater, and you get to cheer with all the other nerds. And I've seen the opening to it before, but like, I don't know, something about like the flower animation and the like the chorus drop, like, oh my god, that just scratches my brain. Like, I was like, oh my god, that's great. Also, speaking of Apothecary Diaries, I walked in on a panel with the manga artist for Apothecary Diaries, so I get to say that I saw her. Ha ha ha. And she keeps her face hidden from the public, so I know what the Apothecary Diaries artist looks like. Spoiler alert, it's a Japanese woman. I'm joking. I don't know how you like, I don't know. That's the spoiler alert. But yeah, I don't know. But then finally it was late at night. It was time for the big one, the big kahuna of the concert, the one and only Keiki. And I was so hyped. They hit us with the Keiki. People were like chanting that for a minute. There was a solid black screen, and they started playing this like harpsichord medieval remix of Shunkan Every Day, and that was making me freak out. And they were playing also a thing of Super Sponge Cake. Anyway, she shows up with her two backup dancers, who are apparently also twins, which was crazy. Starts doing Shunkan Every Day. She's in this Tudor style dress that she says is Marie Antoinette inspired, and I'm like, oh, I'm not Marie Antoinette. She's like, oh, it's Anne Boleyn inspired. And I was like, oh my god, she's gonna do Don't Lose Your Head. She's gonna do Don't Lose Your Head, guys. She's gonna do Don't Lose Your Head. She never did Don't Lose Your Head. I never got to hear her say, grew up in the French court, we meet on shore, life was a chore, so she said sail. It's honestly, it's making me tear up a little bit. I'm joking. She starts doing Shunkan Every Day, and I start freaking out because during my senior year of high school, the school play, it really sucked. We were doing King Lear, and I think it was a fun play, but like the rehearsal process was like terrible, and I would listen to that song and I would cry to it. But that's my embarrassing Keiki Hime story. Well, I have more embarrassing stories involving her, but shows up, I'm freaking out because I get to see her. I'm freaking out. Oh my god, she made eye contact with me in the balcony. Oh my god. You know, all that generic stuff that one would do at a concert. I liked every time she went to go to her water bottle, everyone would cheer, H2O, drink, H2O, drink, H2O. So that was a good bit. I'll plus to that bit, chat. And anyway, she did that. She did her new song with the complicated crowd work cheer. And here's my confession. I had a screenshot of the lyrics of it, and I had that open on my phone so that I could know how to do the gummy bear, honey pear, sugar plum, macaron, sugar plum, bubblegum. I don't know. I don't want it. Super, 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 G-K-G. Anyway, and then she performed some Idol songs. Oh yeah, speaking of an Idol song, Pia sang that one Love Live song about ice cream that one made the rounds on Instagram, and I was freaking out, and I took a video of me doing the thing, and it was like, they had all the people go out, so you got to hit the Pipi-chan, hi, nani ga suki, chokomito yori mo anatta, Ayumi-chan, hi, nani ga suki, strawberry flavor yori mo anatta, yori mo anatta, Shiki-chan, hi, nani ga suki, cookie and cream yori mo anatta. I was really hitting that. So that was really fun. I was dude, I didn't have light sticks, so I was just doing clapping, and my hands felt so sore by the end of the concert. Shout out to like all the insane light stick people. The people across from me on the left balcony were going crazy. There was this one girl who like somehow knew the choreography for anything, and there's this one guy who would go ultra orange, and he would go brrrr, he would like be spinning his arms like a madman. It was crazy. I was shocked. I was like, wow. It was very impressive. God, why am I not remembering some of the other songs that Keiki Hime did? Oh, I can't remember the set list. She did a bunch of songs that I didn't really know, but it was fun seeing her perform. That was fun. And then she leaves, and everyone's just Ankoru, Ankoru. People spend like 5 minutes chanting that, and then they come back and they do Leaving on a Jet Plane, and I'm like, really? Why you gotta make me so emotional with Leaving on a Jet Plane? But then they did a fun one, and I didn't know where that was from, but anyway, it was a really fun concert. It was really great seeing her. And then she came on stage again to be like, hey guys, buy my merch, please. I didn't buy any merch, sorry. Sorry, Kikime. I was broke. I already spent a bunch at the con, so I think maybe I tell people about my merch haul at the con. Maybe I take a picture of it, but I got a bunch of stickers. I got One Piece stickers. I got a Raura Pantera sticker that said Mamma Mia with the Italian hands. I think I'm gonna cut that up and use it just as that sticker. I got this sticker of like Maryland crab. It was like a giant sea monster crab is carrying up a sailing boat, and the boat sail has the flag of Maryland on it. And I thought that was so cute, so I got that. I got a Boat Goes Minted sticker. You know, speaking of boats, I just bought a bunch of stickers. I got a Northern Lion sticker from the one art from Emmy Sharks, and I got her Northern Lion photo card as well. Let's do that. So I was Northern Lion. I was trying to look for Faunas and Nimis, because those are the two VTubers that love Northern Lion. Well, it took until the last day for me to find a Fauna VTuber cosplayer. And then I think she was like really confused about why I was doing it. And my voice was so hoarse and weird, but I took a video of me doing the Hi Sarah's Fauna. It's me, Northern Lion, and you're awesome. Sent it to the library, and I hope he likes it. He hasn't seen it though, but thank you to the Fauna cosplayer. Also, there was a Nimmy Nightmare cosplayer I did. And she was doing a really cute couples thing with her husband, where the husband was dressed up as like Nightmare, but like I think it was implied to be like Nimmy's a Napling. Sorry, it was implied to be a representation of Nimmy's spouse. And also Nimmy had these like crocheted Naplings that were so cute. Oh my god, they were so cute. So shout out to one of my favorite cosplayers that I saw there. Also, there was a Shalon Devar cosplayer I saw at the last minute. That was amazing. Oh, and there was this guy dressed up as Jimbo from Balatro, and I got a picture with him. And then he was like, hey, do you want a random Joker from Balatro? And I was like, sure. And he gave me a driver's license. He gave me like a replica of the fake ID used by Fulton, I think his name was. I have a copy of the McLovin driver's license now. So that's one of the things I got at the con. I don't know what to do with. Clarissa, can I interest you in that? I also have a sticker of naked Takanashi Kara and an OnlyFans business card if you want one. You can take it. Oh, I also got a thing from the Embassy of Japan. The Embassy of Japan made me do this form where they're like, did this make you want to spend more money in Japan? Does this con help increase our soft power goals? The one guy from the Embassy of Japan kind of was eating it up. I think his name was like Ryutaro or something, but he was like, people ask me what my cosplay is. I am depressed Japanese salaryman. And I'm like, oh my god, Ryutaro. Are you a salaryman if you work for the embassy? I guess you make money, but like, I don't know. I feel like salaryman is implied like, oh, I'm depressed and I work at the thing. He was the one who actually booked the Rakugo guy. Should I tell the Rakugo guy's bit? I don't know. It was a pretty long story, and I would feel bad just ripping off of his jokes, but if you ever have the chance to see a Rakugo performer, I think Katsura Sunshine is actually the first, or maybe only, English language Rakugo performer. But it actually was like low-key fire, so you should check him out. It's pretty fun. Canadian. I don't know why I said it like that. There's the one Canadian guy I bought HoloLive merch from, and he charged me in Canadian dollars, and then the bank ended up making me pay like transaction fee because the dude's thing was in Canadian dollars, and I'm like, damn. But he sold good stickers, so I'm still mourning the loss of my old laptop stickers. They were beautiful. I had to go on Reddit and ask people where the old stickers were from, but I just got new ones. I'm gonna miss some of the stuff I had. Like I had a Succession sticker that I loved, but that one's not being sold anymore. And I had a Hootie sticker that I loved, but the online store for them is taken off. I got another Kiara sticker. I have my one really embarrassing Kiara sticker on my water bottle that was made from a group called Studio Nekomata that closed down, sadly. But they had their sticker was a lesbian flag, Takanashi Kiara, saying "I love girls, 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 girls are cute." Her whole song she does. That's her bit. So guys, she's totally gonna perform that at All for One. She's totally gonna do that. Yeah, I'm joking. But anyway, so that was the merch I bought. And the last day, I have to say, I was really tired. I was like, I don't know if I want to go to Otakon on the last day. But I loaded up Twitter and I saw Kekihime says, hey, I will be at Otakon. And I was like, I suppose I should be there. So I get down there. I see that apparently she's in a Nier Automata cosplay. So I'm in the artist alley. I walk around a little bit trying to, you know, buying my Northern Lion stickers and so. But I go to chill and check Twitter and be like, oh, is she anywhere doing like meetups with bands? And then immediately, like right next to me, she walks past and I start freaking out. And I walk up and I hit the really embarrassing, excuse me, miss. I don't know why I hit her with the excuse me, miss. I knew who it was, but I was like, miss, are you Kekihime? And she was like, yes, I am. And then Jean Wan, I don't know how to pronounce her name. I'm sorry, Jean Wan. She took my phone. And there's like also a guy with like a ring light. So I think they anticipated people want to take pictures with them. In their cosplays. I only got a picture with Kekihime, but I already had a pixel of Jean Wan in her Kiara cosplay, and I think that one's cooler because then I can lie to people and say that I met Takanashi Kiara. But I met Kekihime and I was freaking out, and we got the picture, and I was like, "Girl, you ate." But I said, "I fear she ate," and she was like, "Who?" And I was like, "You." And she was like, "Oh, I ate," and I was like, "Of course, of course." I can't believe she didn't think that she ate. She slayed. I'm sorry. She was serving. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna say this on my family-friendly YouTube channel, but she was. I don't know. She was slaying. But anyway. Also, Jean Wan, she gave me this ribbon, and I'm still confused about it though. I think I'm thinking into it way more than any normal person should think into it. Okay, so first I need to explain what KFP is to my audience of Clarissa, because I don't think she knows what KFP is. Clarissa, do you know what KFP is? Put in the chat if you know what KFP is. You can guess what KFP is. I'm gonna just try to not tell you what KFP is until you write if you know about it or not, and until I see it in the chat. So that's gonna take maybe 2 minutes. So I need to talk about some other stuff. Richard Nixon, am I right? Richard Nixon. What do you think about how the allegations that Richard Nixon was a puppy girl? I mean, he would bite people and bark. So, I guess. I like to believe in trans lesbian Richard Nixon, because I think that would be funny. I don't know. Should I say something? I don't know if I say it. No, I'm not gonna do it, sorry. I don't know. Shout out to everyone who recognized me as Northern Lion at the con, by the way. Oh! Another thing I spent a lot of time doing, in the gaming room, they had Mario Kart World, so I played some I need to stop doing that. So I played some Mario Kart World, and that was really fun. And do you know what KFP is? Just tell me if you know what KFP is, okay? Please tell me if you know what KFP is. If it's not Clarissa, then whoever else is in the chat, you know, tell me if you know what KFP is so that you can understand why I was so puzzled by this ribbon. Anyway, I was trying to do all the news tracks. I tried to do all the crazy tricks I see on YouTube, but I completely failed them. I did pretty well in races. It depended who I was against. When I was against the literal children, I did well, where they didn't drift. This one kid rage quit in last place, and I took him back up to 24th. I mean from 24th to 9th. I think those are pretty good. You don't know what KFP is? Okay, thank you. KFP stands for Kiara Fried Phoenix. It is the fan base for VTuber Takanashi Kiara. And she gave me this ribbon. Okay, it's orange, the color of Takanashi Kiara. It has a bunch of the chickens who are her employees saluting a naked derriere. Okay, what do I say? And it says something like, "We salute KFP's ass." And I was like, or wait, no, it was like, "This right here is KFP's ass." And I was like, I'm confused. Is it like our collective? Is it like you take one cell from each person and you create the perfect ass that represents us? Or is it like a metaphorical? Is it like our aura that creates this? Or is it saying it's Kiara's and that's what we stand for? Or is she is saying that hers is so great that it represents KFP, we should stay in it because of how it represents Kiara? I don't know. So, or is it I don't know, because if you take the best part of each of ours, are we doing ass gerrymandering, or is it the average? Is it the mean? Or is it like when speedrunners, when they try to make like the best of all times, you know, is it like you take like a little bit of each and like combine it into this idea of, should I ask her this on Twitter? Do I DM her and be like, hey, what do you mean by that? I mean, I'm guessing it's just her bragging about hers, but like, I don't know. I think I'll DM her on Twitter and ask her, because I think it would be funny. But anyway, yeah, so I met Kekihime, and then I was like, my work here is done. This is the greatest moment of my life. I was like shadowboxing on the staircase. I mean, not really, but like internally I was. But then I go up and I see a huge group of the dudes in the Kekihime happies, the custom jackets. What is Comsob? I don't know what Comsob is. Is it like Comsci? I'm really confused. Is this like some nerd terminology that I don't know because I'm stupid and don't know STEM? I don't know. Oh, look at that save. I think that was an impressive save. No! Womp womp. Anyway. Community some best. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'll ask her that. I hope I don't come off as like an insane creep or anything. But anyway, I ran into all the dudes with the Kekihime jackets, and they were like, and I was talking to them at the concert, and they were like, oh yeah. And then I was like, oh yeah, I just ran into her. And they were like, where? And I was like, Artist Alley, and you're like the right side of the building. And then they immediately were like, yo, James, she's in Artist Alley or something. They like call all of them together and like rally them. And then they like were like rushing down, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, I felt like a jerk. And then I checked on Twitter, and I saw like 3 million pictures of dudes with Kekihime and Jean Wang, and they were all against like the same background. And I was like, I don't know, maybe they set up a meet and greet event because people just kept mobbing them, and maybe they stood there and let people. I think what happened was though that they just had like a bunch of vans descend on them, and then they went to this relatively like spaced out area that wasn't interrupting any vendors, and then they let the people stand in line and get pictures with each of them. And then maybe as other people were there and noticed that Kekihime was there, they were like, oh, get me in the picture too. So anyway, I'm very happy, even though I posted it on my Instagram and no one likes it because no one is a weeb, and no one appreciated my Northern Lion cosplay. I should have kidnapped a half Korean child and had my Coke Zero to really hammer it in. Some of the people that met were like insane Northern Lion fans. They were like, oh yeah, I started watching him back in like Isaac episode 3, and I'm like, oh, I just followed him recently because of Balatro. I really wanted to do karaoke with Northern Lion, but they moved where the karaoke was in the venue to the Marriott. And I didn't go to the Marriott at all this con. There's the hotel adjacent to the convention center, and then in the lobby, that's where people have their really fancy cosplays. Maybe I should have gone there to go see people's elaborate cosplays. So that's where people hang out, is in the lobby of the Marriott. But also they have some events that are in La Marriott. And they moved karaoke to the Marriott for some reason instead of the room that it was usually in. I didn't know what I would sing. I kind of wanted to sing the Kasane Teto Machine Love, the Balatro parody specifically. So can we hop on Balatro and stick it to Jimbo? I need the Frukio to make Pluto high card. Now I don't need to discard. I'm in Balatro 101 with Professor Raffles Run, but I need a Red Seal and Kings of Steel, my god. Can I hit this stupid wheel? I don't know. I think that's fun. It's a fun song. Maybe I sing that at my karaoke. Clarissa, should I end my my streaming summer with a karaoke stream? I mean, I don't know how to not get copyright struck. Is my one problem. So I should probably avoid that. But yeah. Anyway, that's my Otakon story. I mean, there's definitely more stuff that happened. Oh yeah, someone was selling a sticker with a cat on it, and the cat was saying slurs. And by that I mean it literally was like a cat, and then it said the word slurs. And I was like, who is this for? It fascinated me. I don't know. Also, someone was selling like the lesbian pride fans, the ones that go like, and I took a picture as a Northern Line with them because I think lesbian Northern Line. This might be bad, but I love the trend of like fake like accounts where it's like lesbian insert very straight male figure. Like I like it especially when it's like old politicians. like lesbian Bob Dole, or like even like the mathematician simp. I love the mathematician shipping community, where it's the mathematician Yuri, where it's like Leonard Euler, lesbian Leonard Euler. I don't know. There should be lesbian Northern Line. Lesbian Northern Line be like, yeah, me and my wife both love sushi. Oh my god, I should have talked to people about the sushi bit. I know, I just hit her. I just had a couple of my gags that I did. Or like at the VTuber concert, I had my like. Also, I had my like 2 jokes that I would pull off. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this section. Oh my god, what am I doing? Anyway, I really thought I could milk Otakon for more. I should have like written down stuff so I could, you know, have more material about what was going on. I can tell you the Rakugo joke if you want to tell it, if you want to hear it. Well, I'm not going to ask you. You will listen to the Rakugo joke that the performer told. It's supposed to be a humorous story. Okay, so there are these 2 guys in Osaka in like the 1700s or whatever. Tokugawa era. So the one dude goes to the other guy's house. He's like, yo man, I'm broke. I'm an alcoholic and I'm broke. So this is trademark. Of course, that's immediately funny. I'm joking. But he's like, I'm broke and I want sake, but it's expensive. How do I get people to give me free sake? And the other guy is like, oh, I'm a pro at getting free sake from other people. Here's what you gotta do. You gotta be nice to them. So here's an example of what I did one time when I got free sake. I met this dude and I complimented him on his age, because people love it when you compliment them on their age. You gotta say they're 10 years younger than what they really are. I met this guy and he was like, I was like, how old are you? And he was like, oh, I'm 42. And I looked shocked, because I pretend I was shocked. I was like, and I was like, no, you look 32. You look 32, maybe 33, but 32 or even 31 if you're pushing it. You look like I'm shocked. You do not look 42. And he was so humbled, and like, so that's great. So what you got to do, you say whatever you say they're 10 years younger than they actually are. That's the strat. All right, man. And then the other guy's like, okay, do you have any backup plans you do if that doesn't work? Like, and then he's like, all right, here's the plan. You gotta compliment their babies, because people love it when you compliment their babies. Okay. So with this same guy, he also had a baby. So I saw the baby and I was like, oh, what a strong nose like his father. And the dude was like, oh yeah, that's great. What nice cheeks like his mother. What a happy smile like his grandfather, who unfortunately is so close to death, on his deathbed right now. And they just thought I cared about them so much. They gave me free sake. They poured one out for me, and it was great. So you just basically gotta act like that. You gotta be savvy, and boom, that's how you do it. You get free sake. So the guy's like, all right, I'm gonna try this out. So he goes to one of his neighbor's houses, because this neighbor just had a baby, and he's like, okay, I can do the age strat on him. If that doesn't work, we pivot to the baby. So he goes to the guy's house, and he's like, welcome, what's up, man? And then he's like, by the way, how old are you? And the other guy's like, what do you mean? I had my birthday party last week. You were there. You know it was my 47th birthday party. And they're like, no, I didn't know it was your 47th birthday. No, I didn't remember how old you are. I didn't know how old you were. And the guy was like, literally, you were there. You were singing happy birthday to you. Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3? You got up to 47. You said happy 47th birthday to me many times. And the other guy's like, huh, what? No, I said, well, 37. No, I said 37. No, I was shocked. I thought you were 37, man. I thought you were 37. And the other guy's like, no, I know for a fact that you knew I was 47. You wrote 47 down in like a note for me for my birthday. So I don't appreciate you trying to like flatter me, saying that I look younger than I am. It's kind of disrespectful to me, man. It's like, it feels like you're messing with me. So he's like, the main one guy is like freaking out now. He's like, okay, I need to pivot. So he's like, let's switch to the baby strategy. He doesn't say that out loud. So he's like, can I go see your baby in the sitting room right now? And the guy's like, sure, come in. So the guy goes into the sitting room and he's like, wow, your baby looks really big. And he has gray hair for some reason and he's super wrinkly. So the guy who owns the house walks in and he's like, what are you talking about, man? That's my grandpa. The baby's right next to them. So then the dude is looking at the baby and he's like, his nose looked like his father's. And the guy is like, no, his nose does not look like mine. And then he's like, his cheeks are like his mother's. And then the dude is like, bro, it feels like you're just making up compliments right now. This doesn't make sense. And then he's like, his smile, it's like his grandpa, who sadly is close to death. And then the grandpa stands up. He's like, what the hell are you saying about me, man? And the guy who owns the house is like, okay, you're being like a freak. I don't know if I can trust you. I thought you were my friend. You're being weird. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave my house. You're being insane. So then he's the main guy. He's freaking out. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? So he turns to the baby and he's like, your baby looks so young. He looks like he's gonna be born in 10 years. So that's the bit. It's that he performed it much better than me. Katsura Sunshine, the master of the craft. So hopefully there are more English language Rakugo people. He had his 3 apprentices, and one of them was American, the first American to become a Rakugo master. Because Katsura Sunshine is Canadian. My name is Joe. I'm not a lumberjack or a log rider. No, Americans don't know what a log rider is. I'm not a fur trader. And I don't know Jimmy, Sally, or Susie from Canada, though I'm sure they're very nice. I am Canadian. Actually, I feel like I hit the Canadian guy with one of those because I talked about Kingston, even though he's from Toronto. I'm going to turn on the lights because it's getting so dark here. Okay, we good? How's the sake joke? Let me know. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, let's lock in Celeste. So that's Katsura Sunshine. I only knew Rakugo from this manga called Akanebashi about a woman who wants to become big in Rakugo because it's a very male-dominated space. Sadly, I don't know how much loved it. I don't know if it's how much young people go to Rakugo shows. Like if it's an old people thing. I don't know. I learned some of the etiquette that you use. You gotta say "mattemashita," which means you've kept us waiting, which is a little weird considering in Japan they're always big on being punctual. Like you never wait in Japan. Like it's like. I don't know. He did that bit better than me. I can't do these bits. I'm not like NL. I don't have the innate skill in me. So sad. I don't got that line in me. But yeah. I saw my panel on the Takarazuka review, and the people there were like dedicated Takarazuka review fans. I was like, damn, these gay people know what they're talking about. I'm joking. But like, they all were like, yeah, everyone who likes the Takarazuka review is a lesbian. We go to that les out. And I'm like, you know what? I respect it. And they were talking about it. And it's a all-female theater troupe in Japan. That apparently was started by a railroad line. Once upon a time there was a railroad line. And apparently they did an Ace Attorney musical, and they showed clips from it where it's like they're like clones of Edgeworth that are like chasing Phoenix Wright. And now I'm like, damn, I gotta see this. I don't know. But apparently it's hard to come by like merch for them or like recordings from. You can buy their DVDs, but they're hella expensive. But they just people. I don't know. The people there were like, oh yeah, like I went to Japan like multiple times and saw multiple theater productions from this group. So they were really knowledgeable. So, shout out to the people on that panel, and we beat the level. Let's go. Let's get some +2s in chat. I'm joking. You saying times is making me think of, because I see just the most recent attack post is times. It's really making me think of that one like post where it's like, good men, strong men create good times create weak men create hard times create strong men. I don't know. You know that? I feel like that's one of the most infamous things. The Reddit worst tweets of all time competition ended. The winner was the one where they're like, females under the age of 22 have this creamy scent that is much better than the older female. It was something really weird like that. I see it's worse. It reviles me more than the one I was gunning for to win worst tweet of all time. The one that I was gunning for to win worst tweet of all time is like, it's bad, but like in a funny way, it's bad. It was this one where Elon Musk says, sus man, and then a person in the comment says, it is indeed, quote, sus man. For the people not in the know, sus means suspicious. Elon speaks straight. I was losing it. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is gonna be my last Celeste stream. That's crazy. I should probably ended off with a level that's worthy of being last. I mean, I'm gonna probably do it in the winter break again, but last of the summer. So sad. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, I've also been laughing a lot. Clarissa, are you familiar with the new War of the Worlds movie? I think we might have to watch it as a dorm, as a suite. I think we should watch the new War of the Worlds movie together. It's like a Money Plane situation where it's one of these movies that was made in COVID that's like so bad. It stars Ice Cube as a Homeland Security officer, and they made it so everyone is like, it's filmed as like a Zoom style movie. Everyone is like on Zoom the whole time. And it's like the whole camera is like Ice-T like doing like, Ice Cube doing like remote operations of stuff from his computer. So they don't have to film many other places. And he's like, I don't know, it's just, it looks so bad, so goofy. It's just like him in an office, like freaking out and like spying on people's Amazon carts, and like it was like heavily sponsored by Amazon. They have to like use Amazon to defeat the aliens. I don't know. It's like one of the first movies this year to hit the 0% club in Rotten Tomatoes. Also, what's even better is that the tagline for the movie is "It's worse than you think it is." So, I don't know. I really want to watch the War of the Worlds movie now, just because of how bad it seems. Speaking of movies that I watched today to try to quell the post-con depression, you know, the crash out that you have after, you know, going from being super stimulated and being like, whoa, 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 stuff happening everywhere. Whoa, 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 idol concert. Whoa, 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 I met Kikihime. That makes you go a little cuckoo crazy. I watched the Prince of Egypt movie on Netflix. Actually, I think I watched it once when I was little, and I think it freaked me out. I watched it. I'm not Christian, but it was a pretty good movie. I don't think it's a 5-star movie, but I think it's 4.5. It's not a perfect movie, but there are scenes that are like so peak in that movie. Like, honestly, and like some of the musical numbers are kind of mid, but like other ones are so fire. The plague scene is masterpiece. It's like one of the best movie scenes that I've seen. It's honestly beautiful. The opening scene, God, it's art. It's so majestic. It's, oh my God. And there's like the one line that the way they sing it, I don't know, it goes so insanely hard. Where it's like, Elohim, God on high, do you hear your people cry? I don't know. So, it was a piece of Christian media that was actually really good. So I would recommend people watch it. It's like VeggieTales, you know, I'm not Christian, but I can appreciate that it's great. The thing with VeggieTales is I feel like the parts that I remember are not really the Christian parts. I mean, I remember that, like, I got annoyed with some of the ones where they had to make everything have a moral and stuff, and I was like, come on, can we, like, just have a good, entertaining story? Like Larry Boy, the movie. I wanted to watch Larry Boy, the movie, and be entertained. I got annoyed a lot about this when I was a little child, because everything I watched was, like, had a clear moral to it. Like, I watched it, and I was like, can we have like a real thing? But it was all about, I wanted to see Larry be a superhero. But no, it was, the whole villain was just this like cinnamon stick named like Temptation. I don't know what it was, maybe it was an apple. I think it was a cinnamon stick though, because I used to be scared of pizza crust. I used to be scared of DiGiorno pizza crust that was hard, because it reminded me too much of Temptation from Larry Boy, the movie. But I remember being annoyed. I was like, I want to see a real superhero movie, not about like Larry having to defeat the sin of temptation. Like, really? Like, what are we doing here? It was like when I was a huge fan of He-Man and She-Ra, but then because it's just a flat-out excuse to try to sell toys, the show makers had the brilliant idea to make every single episode just like a moral about everything. Or like Inspector Gadget, where I was terrified of the main villain. Even though, I don't know, it was so lame. I remember I had a big Inspector Gadget phase. I really liked the live-action movie of Inspector Gadget. I remember seeing it and thinking it was like the greatest movie ever made. But I remember there's the one part where they're like, you can't go within 100 feet of this place. And I thought 100 feet was like a lot bigger than it is. But you know what else is a masterpiece? Summit Downside. That's right, we're back. Ha ha ha, I can torture you. I mean, I guess you could log out at any time, but why would you? I'm so great. You know, don't you want to see me? I'm not gonna act insane. I promise. I'm gonna just keep ranting about VeggieTales and stuff, and shows with morals. There was this one episode of Inspector Gadget I remember. It was about the dangers of drunk driving, but they didn't want to talk about alcohol. They were like, we can't talk about alcohol in a kids show. Okay, so they had him, like, Inspector Gadget is in a car race and he drinks a bunch of sodas. And they're like, and then he like drives badly recklessly because he drinks sodas. And then it's like, never drink soft drinks while you're driving. And it's like, I think maybe they said another thing about don't drink hard drinks as well, maybe. I don't know. They didn't mention alcohol, though. I think they were not allowed to mention alcohol. So I think they were like, don't drink at all during driving. But they had the alcohol stand in the soft drinks. So this episode, I think, does more harm than good, though, because it's trying to be a public safety announcement to kids. But I was like, why would, I don't know. I thought that it was dangerous to drink soft drinks while driving. So I got freaked out when I was like in my aunt's car and she had like a Coke bottle next to her. I was like, oh my god, like my aunt is a reckless driver. Because in Inspector Gadget, like people, well, I don't think people died, but like it was a serious car wreck that Inspector Gadget caused because he was drinking soft drinks while driving. And I was like, oh my god, I guess I better, you know, start proofreading my will out here if I'm gonna be in a car with someone who will drink soft drinks and drive. Like, so I don't know, I'm kind of annoyed. I would watch a lot of DVDs from the library also that were like had the message about being safe, and I would get annoyed. I don't know why I got annoyed when I watched this show Safety Force. It was about like a bunch of animals that were like they like teach kids about how to be safe. Like everyone is an anthropomorphic animal in that world. And it had this like theme song where it's like, if you fall in the dirt, you could scrape and get hurt. And it like tries to tell you about all the things you do that are dangerous. And I remember I was like, can I just have like a superhero force? But like, no, I had to, I don't know what I got annoyed that Safety Force had too much talking about safety. But there was this one DVD from the library, had 2 stories, and I remember the second one was all about like the bad guy was like trying to get kids to eat their parents' medicine or something, I don't know. And it was like, never take pills out of your parents' purses that you think it might be candy, because it could be medicine. And I was watching that and I was like, damn, these kids are stupid. Like, even as like a 6-year-old, I was like, how do you be that stupid? Also, I think it's because if my parents had, I was like, my mom is not carrying candy around in her pocket. Like, that's crazy. Parents would carry around candy? Like, my parents are very strict on sugary stuff. So I was like, first of all, I'm not in danger of that. Second of all, why would I eat that? And third of all, if my parents did have candy in their bag, they would get really mad at me if I ate it. So I can't do that. I remember I watched that on Thanksgiving Day, and it was on the same. I think I was 5 years old. It was Thanksgiving Day, 2011 when I watched it, because I remember I watched it, and then immediately my aunt was there, and she made her pineapple stuffing. It was the first time I ever had the pineapple stuffing from her. Oh my god! You know what? I'm just gonna end it here. It was the first time I ever had the pineapple stuffing from her, and I remember thinking it was really good. And for some reason, I associated it with like one of the Safety Force characters. Also, I remember the part, they like try to check all the like drug manufacturers in the city to make sure no one's giving stuff to kids. And there's one part where like the Russian character is like, I triple checked it. I double checked it and triple checked it. And I don't know. I think that was like, it stuck around in my brain a lot for some reason. But I remember that Thanksgiving in particular because it was big. We had like, they were like turkey napkins for everyone. It was like a big event. Everyone was together. And I remember that there was like candlelight, and then someone dropped it and they set the tablecloth on fire. So maybe they should have been watching more safety. Maybe Safety Force should have been doing stuff on fire prevention. Maybe I could have helped my family. Anyway, let's just end with a Shade Ultra. I'm trying to show off my Celeste skills. I mean, it's not really that impressive. And if I screw it up, then it's even more embarrassing. Aw, she's gonna judge me. She hates me. Ah. I'm gonna really miss streaming. Like, I wish I could do this at school, because I'm gonna be away soon for like a long period of time. Because I gotta go to New York for a Hololive concert. I'm gonna really miss streaming. Because honestly, I had a ton of fun doing this. I wish more people watched, but you know, what can you do? And I don't know, I love Celeste, and I love streaming and talking. I wish more people watched. By the way, you should watch my Neon White streams. Neon White was super fun, but no one watched my Neon White streams instead. I hoped my recent blow up on Twitter would have helped. Maybe I shouldn't be publicly talking about this, but I don't know. I got a bunch of likes on a Twitter post, and I was like, maybe this will draw people to my channel. But what can you do? You know. I have an idea of where I should go for the last Celeste level, last Celeste stream. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, she's gonna show us the cake, but no. The cake is the big symbol of your achievement in Celeste, but the thing that I really like is... Oh, you don't need to apologize. I like the bird's nest. The bird is a mom. And, you know, life continues after we leave Celeste Mountain, you know? We get to see what was finally on the other side of the bridge, and... I don't know, I just like this fun Easter egg, literally, haha. It's nice, I like it. And the music makes me feel at peace, so... Thank you so much. I can't believe this is my last Celeste stream. But... let's just appreciate it, take it in. Oh, nope. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate you all so much. We have 3 more streams left. Let's make them amazing. Hopefully I can beat Pizza Tower in 1 stream. I probably will not be able to. But maybe it could just be a really long stream. So I'm thinking we do a Pizza Tower, and also last stream is going to be karaoke. So if I can do it without getting copyright struck, that is. So, thank you so much for watching. And as always, arrivederci.